We return with Lesley Stump on day 70. First up, it's straight into the warehouse to hunt for more screws. It's an excellent start. Box of screws, let's go! Let's kill this guy who's banging on the door because he's making my head hurt. In true Stump fashion, he starts rummaging around in the rubbish outside. A spatula in the rubbish pile. What is that? What is that? It is perfectly spherical. A golf ball. Axeman! Ski ba 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 da boop. We get a copyright strike for that. My impression is too good. Lesley also spends a bit of time foraging in the trees, thinking to himself and sniffing the leaves on the trees. They are turning red and he bathes in their majestic timber. Then he checks out the next warehouse. What a horrible place to go to the toilet. Gross. No screws though, unfortunately, in this warehouse, but still a pretty good haul, nonetheless. Let's make a tomato, roast tomatoes. Like we're in Italy. After lunch, Lesley sits on the floor of the RV and listens to constant worship. The dulcet tones of the preacher are a little unnerving, but Lesley can't turn it off. It's a faint reminder of the old world, as creepy as it is. Kind of a haunting sound. Not gonna lie. With God in his ears, it's time to hit the road again. The never-ending road stretches out in front of him. Exactly. Oops. Do not look at the map whilst driving, Lesley. Terrible idea, buddy. He drives and drives until he reaches a part of the highway that is covered in ruined cars. It's an okay place to stop for the night. But yeah, the engine's seen better days, which is why we're gonna take some engine parts out of these cars. Lesley extracts some engine parts from some of the cars to repair Rod's beautiful belly, then returns for a cold can of vegetable soup and a book before bed. Okay, now we're going to read about foraging till about 10 o'clock. Day 71 begins with Lesley taking apart cars for metal and bits and bobs. Sweet bits, sweet bobs. Dismantling cars, and he's going to stop for a smoke. My little Lesley. I love you, Lesley. Once a bunch of cars have been ripped apart by our beloved Lesley, he begins to repair various parts of Rod's body with the 200 screws acquired from McCoy's. This lasts most of the day, but it is necessary work. Snail. Slugging along, moving along. He decides to forage in the woods for lunch, as it is becoming one of his favourite pastimes. 3 wild eggs. Oh yes, Lesley. Delicious eggs, eggs, eggs! It's destiny. Or pine cones, not interested. Stop trying to seduce me, ma'am. I'm just looking for eggs. What can we cook with these eggs then? Prepare an omelette. Lesley is overjoyed to eat an egg. His first egg in months and months and months. And everyone knows that eggs are the ultimate form of food. After that delectable lunch, it's back to the toil and hard work for little Lesley. Tiring work this, isn't it, Les? Sorry, buddy. Just realised I haven't been wearing my welder mask. Very dangerous, kids. Do not do work involving welding on a car without wearing your welding mask. We're actually out of screws again, which is bonkers. We went through over 100 screws. Sheesh. Sit with your toys for a little bit, mate, and just have a cigarette. Lesley continues the grind into the early evening, then bashes a Christmas zombie's head in. Why was this fella dressed up as Santa in the middle of summer? We will never know. I'm not sure I want to know. A quite sizable group begins to gather, so instead of fighting them after a hard day's work, he jumps into Rod and drives off. Unfortunately, the road ahead is blocked. It's getting darker, and Lesley is even more tired than before, and it all devolves into a bit of a desperate struggle along the wreckage-strewn highway. Alright, a little bit desperate. Just gonna calm down for a second. We're gonna have a little snack, because that was a little bit intense. Thankfully, Lesley is just fine, if not a bit shaken up. He reads before bed, in the comfort of Rod's humming gut. Another morning, another day in the apocalypse. Lovely smooth fit, that. He drives on, then stops at another pile-up, checks out an unfortunately empty fuel tanker, kills some zombies, then pops back inside for a nibble on some luncheon. Here, Lesley comes to the realization that he is unable to make any sort of baked goods like a scrumptious pie, which leads to a random mission into the nearby trailer park to see if anyone has one sitting in their cupboard. He's also a little bit thirsty, so he's going to go drink from a toilet. Hello folks, come on over. Go see if there's any snacks in the old food market. Rolling pin. Come on, rolling pin. A single rotten apple. And rolling pin. Crackers is okay though. I'll take your crackers. Not much here of much use, really. Reflect on our journey so far. Approaching 100 days, back where we started. The months are changing. Autumn is drawing in. The colour of the trees is changing. Lesley has come so far. He's killed almost 3,500 zombies. Quite impressive. No rolling pin in sight. But Lesley is obviously feeling a bit sentimental. It's been a long road. Sometimes the lack of a rolling pin really can just set you off. And read till 10 o'clock, like we do every night. He's a man of routine, is our little Lesley. Oh, it's a tight one, but just about. Another lovely morning. What can we have for breakfast? Some of that new stuff that we got yesterday, like, let's do some cooking. How's that looking? After brekkie, Lesley heads out for the day with the goal of doing some good old fishing up the road. He stops at the relatively peaceful gas station that he had previously cleared. He fills up, can't resist a little dance, then heads out again. I think if we repair it, its capacity will get bigger. So, once again, we are on the lookout for more screws. The endless quest to get more screws. Where's my wrench? Not gonna smoke a cigarette next to the gas pumps. This place seems fun. American Tire. Sounds like a mechanic shop, no? Who's this lovely fella? Hello, pal. Oh. Animal print bra, animal print bra. We're gonna take that right now. Yep. Okay. You can't see it, but that's fine. Probably best that way. Right, this place looks like it might be really useful. Hopefully. Okay, screws in here perhaps? Screwdriver? Riverside, room 28, waiting for you. Remember when we spent the whole day just staring at the river? Don't leave me alone here. Ah. I'm sure their story ended beautifully. Screws, to be honest. Box of screws? Box of screws? Yes! Now we can fix our trailer. That's excellent news. More screws. That is bloody brilliant. Thank you, American Tire. God, I really hit. Jesus, this is unpleasant. Yeah. Really pretty successful, that little journey. After a sketchy but overall pretty successful looting trip to American Tire, Lesley continues up the road until he reaches the bridge. Oh, perfect. There's wrecked cars here too. Alright, so the best way of doing this... Wow, there's quite a few to get through. I think we have enough propane. We could always go across the train bridge as well. And this is where we're going to stop for the night, so... It's Lesley's plan to cut through the cars on the bridge using the propane torch, and then use the materials to fix up the trailer. First of all though, he's in a bit of a bad way, so it's time to relax. Alright, well we're a little bit in minor pain, hot, pleasantly hot and drowsy. It's 20 to 6, I reckon we just build a fire. No, that is a really bad idea. Lesley, do not let those intrusive thoughts win. We're going to read the rest of our foraging book. Just get it done. And we're very tired, so we're going to have a little lie down and a little sleep. I knew that they were going to follow me in the night. After that mild jump scare, that Lesley handled very well considering it's so early in the morning, he begins to dismantle the wrecks on the bridge to clear a path. He uses the materials to repair the trailer, and, well, Lesley is clearly an idiot for not doing this sooner. We live and we learn, don't we, Stump? Whoa, it jumped up to 484 capacity. Oh my. But that is a massive, massive upgrade. My God. Oh my God, there's so much more room in there. Should have done that ages ago. Oh, Lesley! With the trailer repaired, it's time to fish. Lesley is a terrible fisherman, if you remember correctly, so he fishes for the rest of the entire day and doesn't catch a single thing. He returns to the RV dejected, but he will try and try again, for he is Mr. Lesley Stump. Caught anything yet, mate? No. Drink a beer after a very unsuccessful day fishing. Try fishing down here instead. He decides to change places on day 74 and try on the other side of the bridge. Maybe the fish prefer it over there. And it turns out, aye, they do indeed. Yes, we caught a small catfish and a other small fish. Yes, Lesley. Alright, that was actually a little bit more successful. We caught some fish. Have a celebratory cigarette. Oh, I think that's level 10 foraging, you know, guys, as well. It is. Look at that. Foraging Meister. Lesley slices up the fish, starts to prepare a meal, and then puts the rest of the fillets into the small freezer. He can't wait to dig into this meaty, fleshy little fish. Tasty, yummy fish and canned corn roast. It's more like it, Les. Got to catch some more fish tomorrow, really, because 2-3 fillets isn't really enough. I wonder if you can make your own fishing rod. I feel like you should be able to. I used to make fishing rods when I was a kid, so you'd assume that you'd be able to do such a thing. He eats. He savours the fish. It is delicious. Then he heads out for a little early evening fish to see if any of the critters are on the way to various nightclubs and or late night eateries and wouldn't mind getting stabbed in the back with Lesley's trusty fishing spear. He lands a big pike, so it was worth it in the end. Got a big pike, 95 centimetre pike. Wow. While prepping his massive fish, Lesley notices something else totally groundbreaking. Something so obviously, so painfully clear to him now that he feels like a total pipe wrench. He can plumb the sink in the RV. So it's telling me that I can plumb the sink. If this means that I can get rainwater, I'm going to freak out that I haven't done this before. Oh no, that is the case, isn't it? It's okay, we live and we learn, Lesley. Oh my god. No way. Oh no. Lesley, you're an idiot. Oh. Oh, good God. Oh dear. Go to sleep, Lesley. You goddamn idiot. Although Lesley feels like an idiot on the morning of day 75, he quickly puts it behind him and celebrates with the delicious beer soup. Wouldn't you? Beer, fish, and grape leaf soup. Well, don't mind if I do. Wow, this has been a really peaceful couple of days for Lesley. He's just living the good life, really. Oh, random gunshots in the distance. Keeps hearing gunshots as yet to see a single person alive. Maybe they're just figments of his imagination. Oh, he's really slurping that up. After slurping up the beerlicious soup, he's back out on the river, hunting another trophy catch. Nice, small sunfish, a big pike, the biggest fish we've ever caught, 103 centimetres on that bad boy. Look at all of that. A ton of fish. That's more than enough to keep us fueled up for the coming days, I think. Excellent work, Les. Getting pretty mean with that old spear of yours. Oh my god, I've just realised I've left the oven on. That could have been an absolute disaster, Lesley. You left the oven on all day. Oh my god, the whole RV could have exploded, Lesley. Oh my god, can you imagine? Oh, even thinking about that makes me feel extremely sick. Right, slice all fillets, please. Thankfully, Rod did not explode in a glorious fireball while Lesley was still out fishing, and thankfully he still has somewhere to live. He falls asleep and has nightmares about spontaneous combustion. He wakes up on day 76 and instantly runs into a problem. There's a truck in the way. So begins a fairly tedious process of dismantling the concrete slabs on the side of the bridge. But eventually, Lesley does get it out of the way by hot wiring it and putting a bit of fuel in. He returns for some tasty lunch. Then he spies a caravan on the other side of the bridge, so he hops over and removes the bed from inside. Lesley is sick and tired of sleeping on a sofa. He brings the bed back to the RV, then takes a little bit of time to decorate his new sleeping arrangements. Wow, we actually have a bed! That's so good. So cool. Now we can put down our wrinkles here, put down our bunny head here, putting the bra on the badger. Doesn't really work, unfortunately. Let's just cover the badger and he was our first friend. Let's just cover him in underpants and bras and stuff. There we go. Well, that is sinister as hell. There's our sleeping partner, Wrinkles. Hello, Wrinkles. Amazing. So cute. Lesley Stump is living the dream. He lounges on his new bed with his old friends and smokes a cigarette and drinks a beer at 1 PM. Dreamy. He leaves the RV running because the battery went a bit flat after the oven fiasco, then washes himself in the river. Lesley is absolutely knackered, so he heads to bed early because he was starting to get a little sad. This life waits for no one though, so join us on the next few days when Lesley ventures further towards the hellhole that is Louisville. See you later, eggs.